Hey guys, it's DC and welcome to the Soap Sanctuary where all soap lovers are welcome. This is my Skeem Saam review. We love you, Lehasa. I haven't done a Skeem Saam review in I want to say a really long time now, guys. I'm going to try to do more regularly as I do with my General Hospital and Days review. We are now in a new season of Skeem Saam. I believe season 11 or 12. We're like 2 or 3 weeks into the season. And I just want to start right off in the back, guys. Meikie and Mantulie and their possible reconciliation, guys. How amazing was that? Like, how amazing was that, guys? Like, how amazing would it be to see these two reconcile? Because honestly, I was hurt when Meikie shot Mantulie. I was hurt. I was hurt because their friendship has stood the test of time on Skeem Saam for some 10, 11 years. So to see that disrupted, it was heartwarming to see that when, she's like, I miss my sister. And I was like, damn, man, like, because Meikie didn't have any really friends. Neither did Mantulie. They really didn't have any friends like that. You know what I mean? Well, Mantulie did have Sis Uma, but Meikie didn't have any friends. And you know the thing about it is that John Maputla, he gets on my nerves with his insensitivity towards Meikie. And the situation, like, it's just, oh, what about Tamanga? Like, it was getting on my nerves. He gets on my nerves. And honestly, Meikie needs to divorce him. He does not give a damn about her. If I was her, I would divorce him. Like, he don't give a damn about you, sis. He don't give a damn about you. And he will probably cheat on you again with the next person. He's done with Charity, Ramabu, like, he's going to continue to keep doing this. This is just who John Maputla is. This is who he is. So to me, and then to do it with Mantulie, and if you think about it, Mantulie was the first person, and if you really think about it, he really probably ever did have an affair with. So this is who he is. It's not going to change. And it's clear that he doesn't, like, he was even talking about divorcing her when she was in prison. Oh, she needs to go to prison, what she did, she needs to pay for it. Like, he doesn't care about her. And a lot of times for me watching it, it's heartbreaking because she was in that situation because of him. Because of him, she was in that situation. And he was just gonna leave her to rot. John Maputla is trash. And I don't know how y'all don't see it. That's just not somebody, if I was Meikie, that's not somebody I would want to continue to be married to. I don't, she just, for sake of stability purposes, or maybe she can't find a job, I would make a plan and leave him if I was her. Seriously. There's nothing more to gain that marriage. And it's like when she was in jail, he was so ready for her to divorce her and be done with her. And that hurts. She sacrificed so much for him. And she forgave him so many times. I would love to see Meikie move on and meet another man, and then John gets jealous and realize what a crappy husband he's always been to her. Oh my God, guys. All right, before we get into Lehasa, obviously, guys, I'm starting off with a little bit of the storylines down the line here. I want to talk about the return of Tlolitso. I got to say this, is that I want to see, we definitely got to see how this is going to play out with Clement. Because, Clement was really humiliated by the whole Tlolitso situation that happened last summer. And it's crazy because a couple weeks ago I was thinking, like, man, like Clement doesn't really have a storyline ever since that Tlolitso thing ended. You know what I mean? But this is my whole thing, too. When he was talking to Leshol and, when he was talking to, God, what's his name? What is his name? I almost said Teshepo, Justice Teshepo, but that's his real life name. What is his name? What is the name of his friend? What is the name of Clement's friend? Guys, I'm blanking on me. What the heck is the name of his friend? Koloi. Okay. When he was talking with Leshol and Koloi, this is my whole thing, right? For him to say, to Lesholi, Tlolitso's wife was crazy. You were sleeping with her husband. Oh, she was so crazy the way she was toward me. You were sleeping with her husband. Like, I don't understand. See, this is my thing with the Sacamelas because they don't take accountability for their actions. Mantulie being number one on that list. You slept with another woman's husband. Oh, she's so crazy. Oh, my God. Because you slept with her husband. Even with Quato cheating on Glenda with Lizzie and then cheating on Lizzie with Glenda and then turning both their lives upside down, not taking accountability for that. Pretty you know, what was it? Being involved with Lehasa. I don't think she had an affair with Lehasa. I don't think so. She never had so she's the only one that never really was in an affair situation. You know, because when she first met Lehasa, he was single, but now she's sleeping with him when he was with Khwezi. I just felt like they don't take accountability for things. You know, I'm noticing that about the Sakamalez. They don't take account. They want to judge everybody in terms of, even when Mantulie was like, oh, I can't go to the university. They're going to talk because Pretty's been arrested for Lehasa's murder. Okay, what about the time he slept with John Maputla? What about that? And you kicked Pretty out of the house because of that. When you have done this, you have done worse. Oh, because she supposedly was sleeping with a man in a relationship, and then she was accused of murder. You have done worse. Mantulie, I've noticed that about, I feel like she does not like Pretty. I've always felt that way watching the show. It's like, yo, I don't feel like Mantulie even likes Pretty. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm really happy. What's her other daughter's name? Oh my God, why their name is blanking on me right now? I'm doing this review. The eldest daughter, Clement's mom. I'm happy that she doesn't live with Mantulie. She made the right decision not living in that house. Because the way she acts towards Pretty is just barbaric. It's like the only person she really cares about is Cueto, right? That's the only person it's like she really cares about. Zamule. Because I don't know if it's because he's a breadwinner, he's bringing the money in, or because she sees he has the most promise out of all her children. The way she treats Pretty is barbaric to me. You couldn't even give your daughter the benefit of the doubt. Oh, she's embarrassed his family enough. And what about you? And what about you? When you slept with John Maputla all those years ago and the scandal came out, what about you? That's my problem. And it's like you know what made it worse is that she always used to go so hard on Charity Ramabu. She used to go so hard on her. But you've done the same thing. Maybe that's why you didn't like Charity, because you saw a little bit of yourself in her. Maybe that was part of that. All right, guys, let me just transition to the biggest storyline right now. Skeem Saam is obviously Lehasa and Khwezi. With Lehasa, and guys, excuse my pronunciations here, because obviously Zulu is not my first language, or no, they don't speak Zulu on there. They don't. But my whole thing is that, like, I love how Lehasa has grown to love Pretty again. I love that he cares so much for her, and it's a softer side of Lehasa that we don't really see a lot, because when he was with Lelo, she was a mess. Khwezi's like another mess. That one other girl who was Fani's sister, it was slightly better. But I like Pretty for him. I do. And honestly, the Sakamalets can use some Maposa money. They need the money. Because Cueto's busy paying all the bills in the house. They don't got time to do nothing else. You know, they need the money. My whole thing is too is that, like, my only issue with this storyline is just, you know, now Pretty is gonna be cleared, but Pretty is so naive. It pains me how naive Pretty is. She's so naive, so naive. My whole thing with Pretty is that I feel like when she was talking to her husband, yeah, I gotta make sure my man is okay. I'm like, you're so, like, what? You know? Khwezi being pregnant is a game changer, because I feel like if she wasn't pregnant, Lehasa would just leave her to rot in jail. But now it's like she has his child, and Pretty aborted, you know, the child that she had with Lehasa. And then I think it was the other woman who tried to have a child with Lehasa. Something happened with the eggs or something in the facility or whatever. So she's carrying the Maposa heir. She's carrying the heir to their family. And this is what I think is going to happen, guys. And bear with me here. I really honestly do believe there's a possibility Lehasa is going to marry Khwezi. I think he is going to marry her, so that way he can have access to the baby. And so Pretty's still going to be on the outs. So now Pretty was all like, yeah, I can be with my man, But now that Khwezi's pregnant, what's up? If she had a child, she could have a standing, but she doesn't. Right? And Khwezi is a ticking time bomb. She's ticking time bomb right now, and Lehasa knows that. So he's got to figure out how to maneuver the situation. This is why Lehasa's uncle has not done anything to antagonize Khwezi. And my whole thing is when he was in Lehasa's house with Leto, and they were talking about it, and he's like, oh yeah, Khwezi's pregnant, and that journalist just walked right on in. I think her name is Pumisa. I think it is Pumisa. But how you just gonna walk into somebody's house? That lady, she needs to get shot. I would love it if she was she was covering a big storyline in Turf Loop, and someone shot her as a result, and there was a murder mystery regarding that. Because that lady, she's so agitated. She's so agitated. How do you walk up in someone's house like that? Come on, man. Come on. You know what I mean? So this is my thing with Lehasa. I would like him and Pretty together as a couple, and they could use them. The Sakamelos can use some little money. And I know if Lehasa's doing good, mentally probably have no problem accepting help from Pretty, because she really hates Pretty. You know, I've seen that sometimes in some people where there's some parents, like some women, they hate other women. You notice that? And I don't know what it is. Like, Mantulie obviously loves Pretty, but it's like there's like this disdain she has for Pretty for some reason that I don't see her do with Clement, Quato, or the older sister. I forgot her name. Who's the one who's Clement's mom. I don't see them do that. I don't see her do that with them, for whatever reason. You know? I mean, and maybe the older sister, she realized that, and that's why she's out of there. You know? That could be part of it. So, anyways, guys, that's my Skeem Saam review. We love you, Lehasa. Let me know what you guys know your thoughts. Sorry, it's kind of short and brief. This review is probably not as good as I wanted to make it, guys, but I'm working on it here. What do you guys think about Tlolitso returning? I got a feeling he's going to get back with Clement. Clement is going to get sucked right back in again, because Clement is young and naive, and maybe Tlolitso is possibly embraced who he is. So this will be interesting. I'm kind of interested to see where this is going to go, the storyline. Same with Prihasa, and I want to know how are the Maposters going to deal with Khwezi and the baby? That's what I want to know. How are they going to deal with her? That's the biggest question I'm wondering in my mind. Like, how do they think they're going to deal with her in a sense? You know? So anyways, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens, guys. But you know what? I love Skeem Saam. Can I just say I love Skeem Saam? The show never disappoints. I try to watch Generations and the other stuff. Like I told you, I have to watch them through YouTube. I don't have social media. So I know last time someone said in the comments, Facebook. I can catch it on Facebook, but I don't have a Facebook. And Facebook, you have to have an account, and, you know. Anyways, I just love watching Skeem Saam. Skeem Saam, Movango, I love watching those shows. I love 70 Lan. I would like at some point in time to do a Movango review, but it might be a little bit challenging because I already covered so many shows already, and trying to be as consistent as possible with these is a little tough. But I do have to cover Skeem Saam, and I do want to continue to cover it because I think it's one of the best soaps out there. I think it even transcends General Hospital, Bold and the Beautiful Days. It transcends it for me. The realistic storylines, keeps you on the edge of your feet. Just when you think you got a storyline figured out, you really don't. You never do on Skeem Saam. So what do you guys think? Do you guys want Tlolitso back with Clement if he's changed and if he's reformed? And how do you feel about Prihasa? Do you think Pretty should stay with Lehasa, honestly? Or she should just cut her gains? So, also I want to say, I'm not late. Well, I'm not late. I'm aware of this, but I'm late about saying this on the channel. Rest in power to Jamie Bartlett, who played David Gennaro on Rhythm City. For my American viewers who maybe even watch this review, he's kind of like the Stefano Demira over in South Africa for South African soaps. He's their Stefano Demira. He's this amazing, talented actor. I loved Rhythm City. I never thought that it should have been canceled. I just don't think Rhythm City should have been canceled. I just don't. I feel like they were delivering on the storylines. Now, Scandal, if they keep going the way they're going, I feel like they're going to be headed towards cancellation. That's just how I feel. I mean, Rhythm City it kept you on the edge of your feet, and I feel especially in their last year, they were really trying. But I think because the writing was on the wall for Rhythm City. So I think that's why maybe in the last 6 months that made them bring it, because it's like, what else have we got left to lose? I wanted to know what was going to become of Zach and Zinle and Kulekani, and I wanted to know more. It was Suffocate. I wanted to know more, you know? I feel like the stories were still not finished yet, but what can you guys do, you know? I think with EC Dingo, when they did the cliffhanger where someone got shot, I think they did that because they were hoping the show could maybe come back. You know, when you have 20 years of history, you're hoping that someone's going to rally for it, but that's not happening. So, you know, what are you going to do? But, guys, I'm covering here with Skeem Saam. In addition to Skeem Saam, what other South African soaps would you guys like me to cover? Whether it be In Bed with a C, Generations, because I watch all those. It's a lot to keep up with that and the American soaps, but I managed to get the time in. Or Scandal. I don't watch House of Zwide. I gotta say, that's something I don't watch. I don't watch House of Zwide. Or The River, but I do keep up with the Queen. So let me know what you guys thoughts are in the comments. And this has been Soap Sanctuary, my Skeem Saam review. I will see you guys on the next video. I'm out.